Hello again, fans of weird vehicles. So Choro-Q came through again with another strange casting. I thought this was like maybe an amusement park vehicle, like something you'd see at Disney World. But this is actually a real vehicle that was made in Japan. It's called a Qi Quno, Qiquno, and I think it was made by a company called CG or something like that. It's supposed to be an all-electric vehicle, but only a max speed of 50 kilometers an hour. I have ridden my bicycle faster than 50 kilometers an hour. So we're not talking miles per hour, kilometers per hour. So it's not very fast. And then a max range of 80 kilometers. I have actually ridden my bicycle 100 kilometers in a day. So this is not a really practical vehicle from what I can understand. I think if maybe you owned a big plot of land and you had a long driveway, you might want to use this to get your mail. So, anyways, down the bottom of this it says 2001. Get an idea of how old this thing might be. Maybe I'll see on the actual vehicle though, because that stand might have been made beforehand. Here's it next to an old classic car. It's a single-seater with no roof. So again, practicality-wise, this is really strange. A strange decision, whoever decided to actually make the tooling to make this a real vehicle. Here's the rear view. Some have doors, some don't. And then here's another rear view. To give you an idea, notice this circle. I think that's relatively circular. So that makes me think that this is actually a proper photograph, which makes it extremely tall and narrow. Almost as if it's like allowed to go in motorcycle lanes or something. But you'll see that the Choro-Q actually squished it down because they have to use the same spring motor. And so Choro-Q actually made it look less ridiculous than the real thing. The real thing is actually more ridiculous looking than the Choro-Q. So just wanted to make note of that. It's very interesting. So this one is running the standard 5-spoke chrome ChoroQ wheels. I think I might swap those out because this car is so weird looking. It deserves something even weirder looking than regular 5-spoke mags. It has a Calisonic livery. It seems to be like the whole body is this really clear plastic and then everything else is painted. So the headlights are clear and they look really good. These little turn signal markers are painted orange. This grille is textured but no additional paint other than the silver. Would be nice to have some black in there. And this windshield actually is a separate piece. I can see 2 pins going down in there. Oh, I see, yeah, and there's an undercut, so that would explain why it's a separate piece. There's a spring motor underneath this black dome, so there's no seat here. But they have a separate plastic piece, I think, for this roll hoop, and this black there and silver. And so we have a sticker of what the car is. Turn signals are painted orange, and then again, the taillights are this clear body color. Yeah, alright. So this side of the car looks the same, nothing different there. We have some Calisonic printing back here as well, and then the base. I'm looking for a date. It's so small I can't make it out. 2002. It's very rare that ChoroQs actually have 4 digits. Usually it just says like 80 and then 02, but this one actually says 2002. Maybe it was meant as a promotional item for Calisonic or something. Or, well, I don't know. Qcar Quad? No, Qcar Qno, right. Alright. So standard construction screw and a tab there. And then you can put a coin back here if you want this thing to do a wheelie as it goes. Alright, let me, well, I guess I'll show you the inside. So we're going to try to find some different wheels for this thing. That's assuming this tab will actually come out easily. Sometimes this tab is wider than the hole. There's also a production dial in there. Actually, this production dial says 03. So, although the bottom said 02, they predated it. I mean, this was made in March of '03. Interesting. Alright, so yeah, the windshield, those pegs were melted on the back side, and that must be probably for that roll hoop. And then you can see, yeah, the clearness. Let me get some wheels on this guy and come back. Alright, so I put some of those Hot Wheels Wheel Riders wheels on it, but I switched over the tires from the ChoroQ onto this. So that's why the rear ones, the wheels kind of sticking out a little bit, because I didn't trim off the center of the wheel, so the tire's centering on it improperly. But the fronts go on pretty well. And I added, you know, some camber. I'm just using some poster mount putty. Sorry for the coughing, dry throat. And let's compare it to a couple other deformed cars. So I kind of get a Volkswagen Beetle vibe through it. So that's got Hot Wheels Wheel Riders on it as well, but I painted those with the color shift green on it. Here's a stock ChoroQ Nissan March. Well, technically I added paint to the wheels, but I didn't lower it or anything like that or swap anything out. And the last one is actually by Wanda, which is a canned coffee beverage, and they gave out some free models every now and then, so I don't know how old this is, but it says Wanda on the bottom, and that is a Daihatsu Copen. So I feel like these are all kind of similar in styling, really curvaceous, bubbly. Bubbly would be the best way to describe it, I think. But naturally, yeah, this is really weird. It's just such a weird car. Alright, let's still let this guy spin on its own here. Give it its due time. Boy, I don't know who would be driving such a car. It's so weird, I'm going to put up a weird character. Cookie Monster. So maybe Cookie Monster would drive this around Sesame Street. I think that could happen. It looks like a car that you would see in Sesame Street. Because that's kind of a weird show as well if you're an adult. A bunch of weird puppet creatures. Okay, well, as usual, ChoroQ comes through again with a really strange casting, and not the most attractive vehicle, but at least with these Hot Wheels Wheel Riders, I think it looks cooler how it matches the Calsonic white. Thanks for watching again. Hopefully I can find some other weird castings. I'm sure there are plenty others to find. So, alright, stay tuned. Bye now.